Welcome back. It's day 4 of the video challenge that we have. And today's topic that we're going to be focusing on is sound and lights. So we want to talk about the basics of this so that you can understand what it is that's actually going to help you to better the video. Now I want to emphasize, content is and always will be king. We just want to make sure that the king is dressed up nicely for our videos. It may seem obvious to most people, but video is made up of two things. It's what we see and what we hear on the video. But the value that we place on each of these is not equal. It's actually skewed towards audio as a higher priority versus the visuals. I'll say it again, it's skewed towards what you hear versus what you see. Now, people are more forgiving of a bad picture quality than they are of bad audio. Now, for YouTube, the way that they actually run the system is that if there's a drop in signal or drop in data connection, they'll first downgrade the picture quality before they downgrade the audio. Now tell me what you would prefer in this example. Would you prefer a great picture experience with not so great audio, or decent audio quality with downgraded picture? For me, I prefer rather being able to hear better than it is to see, and I'm sure that's the case with you as well. So here's some basic tips that you can try to implement when it comes to the audio and the visual side of your video. Now, regarding audio, if it is at all possible, try to find a quiet space to record. Even now, I had to wait for my kids to go to sleep so that I could actually get good quality audio without them making noise in the distance. I try to come into my office space over here and I close the door. Sometimes I even go to sit in my car to cut out noise interference. You should try to avoid recording near bare walls. There's going to be an echo that you get. If you can, choose a room with furniture in it, with books, anything that will help to reduce the sound bouncing off of the walls all over the place. Sometimes even just having a curtain in front of you as you're recording to absorb that sound so that you don't get reverb coming back onto your microphone. Now, if you're recording audio into your phone, speak clearly, speak loudly, and make sure that your phone is close enough to capture the audio that's coming out of your mouth. And for me, normally as you recording yourself, about half an arm's length to a full arm's length is sufficient if you're speaking loud enough. Now, if your budget allows for it and you want to maybe just take it up a bit of a notch, you may want to consider getting a lavalier mic or lav mic that you can plug into your phone or your laptop to record the sound. It helps to better isolate the sound. And like a middle ground kind of between that is using your earphones that you would use for your phone. The mic on this one is quite decent, and I guess you can get away with the look of actually just having the earphones in your ear as you record. Now, for the visual side of things, you want to make sure that your recording device, your phone in this case, has a decent picture quality when it's actually recording. So in terms of quality levels, the minimum that I would record at is 720p, that's known as HD. Better and probably the more standard version is 1080p, that's full HD, FHD. But I would personally recommend it to go to Ultra HD, which is 4K. You may have heard of that. And with 4K, basically it's 4 times the pixels that you would have at 1080p. That's why it's 4K 4000. When recording, if possible, avoid direct sunlight. Rather opt for open shade, if you want to call it that. It's basically just a shady space with the sun bouncing somewhere else, but that you are evenly lit across your face. Be mindful of your background. Remove distractions if possible. Keep the shot stable. Use a stand to stabilize your phone. A phone holder that you can put your phone on and put it down for you to record into. And if none of that's available, heck, I've even used books that have been stacked together and putting my phone up against it to keep it in place. You may also want to add a ring light to provide a better light on your face and helping you to separate yourself from the background. Again, I want to emphasize that while it's nice to level it up with these things, it should not be the main focus of your video. Don't let the lack of this equipment be a reason for you to not record and be a distraction to you. You can have the greatest sound and the greatest picture quality, but that means very little if your content is poor, and people are not going to hang around to actually hear what you have to say if they can judge already that your content is poor. It's day 4, and this is a prompt for you. Get a nice quiet area for you to record in, and use this prompt when you're going to do your 20 to 30 second recording. Your prompt for today is, I want you to share one win which you've had in the last month. It can be a win with a client, it can be a win in your personal capacity, but I want you to share that win. Remember, one video, one topic, and the 3 points that you want to get through. What is your topic? So what? And now what? So I'm going to try to do the recording now off the top of my head, and let's see where we go with this. So a recent win that I've had with a customer is to upsell them on video. So the customer had approached me about doing photography for an event, and I am a lot. It was to do photography for an event, and through having discussion with the customer and seeing what her needs are, I was able to communicate the value that she could get if I had included video, and what the benefits of that would be. And she basically agreed to me upselling on top of that, which added another, I think it was about another 40 or 50% to the invoice price, just by offering that and by having that discussion. So something moving forward that I'm learning. So something moving forward that I want to keep in the front of mind is to have that discussion, is to be able to communicate value to the customer so that they can see the benefits of video. And in doing so, we can actually offer them better value, I believe a better experience, and ultimately we can get a better reward from that, from our customers. I think that's okay. Cheers, I hope you found this useful. Bye. And the other thing that I want to do is, as well as the prompt that we've just done and the video, is to actually just take a selfie, because we're going to be using that in the next video as well. And there you go. Hope to see you on day 5, where we will be looking at editing the videos that we've recorded, one of them. Cheers, until then, bye bye.